Many have tried, many have failed. Pokemon's success is something no other creature collector game was ever able to recreate. Not even Pokemon themselves seem to know what made their game so good. But one game actually got close. Some might even call it Pokemon's bizarre little cousin. I'm talking about Yokai Watch. For a long time, Yokai Watch was just some goofy show that I watched as a kid. That was until I realized there were games. Like multiple games. And like popular ones. So obviously I wanted to know what they were all about, so I got one. I got the original Yokai Watch that was released in 2013. And I didn't touch it for like half a year because I forgot. But that was until recently where I decided it was time to give Pokemon's weird little brother a try. The game starts with you finding a weird watch while being out in the woods bug catching. Because apparently kids actually do that. I was terrified of bugs as a kid. This watch, the Yokai Watch, allows you to see these ghost-like creatures that affect the everyday life of humans by manipulating their emotions and stuff. They are called yokai and they are obviously inspired by the things from the Japanese legends, but they are very different. So you just go around and you catch them and battle them to stop them from messing with humans, because that isn't good. Most of them are pretty weird, and I think that might even be their charm. I personally love every single one of them. Except you. Yeah, you, Whisper. You're a shady ass guy. Yokai Watch is pretty weird if you haven't noticed from me saying it like 1,000 times. While the yokais are based on the ghosts from the stories, they are pushed to an extreme. All of them have very exaggerated and distinct personality, but kind of feel more human than the human characters in the game. It's weird. It's like they don't feel like creatures, not like pets that you own. It feels like an actual friend you have, a person that you get closer to and that you get to understand. Like, Shibanyan acts like a lazy ass teenager, and I love it. It's funny and it's original. And I think that's probably the one big thing that sets this game apart from Pokemon, and I'm here for it. But the yokai aren't the only weird thing in this game. The whole game is just very bizarre. Like, some of these scenarios be so out of pocket that I question if the people writing this were just on some crazy substances or were just very, very weird. Might even be both. Let me just give you an example to make my point clear here. Pretty early on in the game, you meet this cat, Shibanyan. I already told you about him. Like, this adorable little cat jumps in front of a truck multiple times. See, Shibanyan used to be a normal cat, but then someday it got hit by a truck and died and became a yokai and stuff. And its owner apparently did not like that, like, at all. Let me quote her bar for bar. Hit by a truck, question mark, exclamation mark, dot dot dot. That's so lame. Dot. That is what she said. Yeah, now Shibanyan tries to beat the living crap out of a truck, like multiple trucks, to prove a point. Yeah, I don't know who wrote this, but this is peak. The weirdness of the game is pretty fun, and the gameplay is also interesting. The combat though is, how can I put this? Unique. Don't get me wrong, it's fun and it's different, but it's also overwhelming. Yeah, very overwhelming. My head starts to explode every time I go into a fight because there's just so much going on. So let me lay this out for you. You have 3 yokai, your yokai fighting against the enemy, most of the time also 3. Then you basically do nothing because the yokai attack on their own, but you actually do something because you have to heal these yokai, because they are little poo-poo heads and will die very fast. Then you also have to manage healing them from something called being inspirited. It's when the enemy basically makes your yokai useless. They're not dead, but they can't do anything. Yeah, and for that, you have to play a mini game with the stylus on the lower screen of the 3DS. Do not play this game with a controller. I have tried, I have failed, and I have cried. Okay, just keep that in mind. Then you also have to play these mini games if you want to do special moves. The special moves are needed if you want to do any damage that is above 15, maybe 20 on a good day. Okay? While all that is happening, you have to tell your yokai who to attack specifically, otherwise they will just attack all of them. And if there's a stronger enemy that is stupid, you also have to switch your yokai constantly with like a wheel that you control with the shoulder pads, and basically you only can heal them from being inspirited if you do that. It's overwhelming. I'm just saying here, this might be a hot take, but the game is hard. Watch wasn't scared of its weirdness, and I think that is why it worked. It was different, unique, and people liked that. Yokai Watch fell off over the years, but I'm pretty sure it never stopped being weird, and I think that's a good message. Stay the way you are, even if people might not like it. If you like Pokemon and for some reason always thought it needed to be weirder, then definitely make sure to check out Yokai Watch. Just beware that the catching and battling is a lot different than Pokemon. And also make sure to check out my video about Pokemon X. Maybe even subscribe and like. It would really help me. And you would be notified when my next video comes out. But until then, farewell. Seem familiar to me. Found Tetlet. Oh my god, these names will kill me at some point. Tetletel. Tetletel. I will just call her that. Okay. Okay, I'm failing. How am I failing this? Did he die again? He died again! Oh my god, I'm actually wiping here. I'm actually wiping. How is this possible? No! He died? I wiped. Okay, I defeated it. Oh no.